If you are watching this and you find yourself slacking and with motivation, with your career, with anything in life, you find yourself slacking, not being able to accomplish your dreams, it is because you have no purpose. And people, look, if you're watching this and you think that in life you have a purpose, you're simply wrong. You're wrong. Tell me one person who just has one particular purpose for one thing. One thing. No, nobody has a particular purpose. The message that I'm trying to tell you guys, or that I'm going to be explaining in this video, is that you have to create an extreme important purpose. It has to be something that, makes you not be able to sleep at night. You have to go beyond the limits, beyond the sky. An example I want to give is, I don't know if you know this guy online. His name's like Eddie Hall. I was watching like these YouTube shorts a while ago, and I want to explain the power of the mind for when you have purpose. So this guy's a bodybuilder, okay? His name's Eddie Hall, I believe. He's like super big, okay? He's massive. And he does powerlifting, or he was in a powerlifting competition. And he said, before the competition, the big competition, he would hire a hypnotist or a hypnotizer. I don't know the proper term for it. So basically, they would hypnotize, they would program your subconscious mind to believe in something so that it would push your mind and over its limits, past its at least perceivable capabilities. So what he didn't exactly go into depth because he said it was very extreme. The intent, the purpose, the reason that pushed him over the limits to be able to lift up or like deadlift properly or to go for the heaviest weight. But he gave one example. And this is not even the real example. But basically, his mind was programmed to believe that when he was about to lift, that there was like a gun against his head. And that if he didn't do it, he would die. So, I know that's not a reality for him, right? But you have to have a purpose behind whatever you do. Let's say you play sports. If you're playing sports, let's say for basketball, right? If you want to get to the NBA and one of your motivations or the purpose behind it, if you have no purpose, you're like, oh, I just love basketball, this and that. Yeah, that could take you far. But imagine if you add more layers of purpose to it. Let's say, you're not living in poverty, but you can have that money. You could use that money. That you want to take care of your family. You want to retire your family. You want to help the community, your community out. This and that. If you put a reason, purpose, that is super extreme, whether it's if you don't accomplish it, the world's going to end. Type of thing like that. In my personal life, I'll give you one example. And this is recent. This is not even a big, purpose, but I added to my storage, or I guess you could say my inventory. I don't even know the proper term for it, but I basically just added to the bag full of purpose. Yesterday I was playing basketball, and a friend of mine, he is one of the best basketball players I've seen at my age. And, this guy works his ass off. When I say he practices basketball, but also his situation at home. I'm not going to give his name out to the world or anything, or try to let people know who he is. But man, he works his ass off, and he works 10 hours, 12 hours a day at his job that's 5 days a week, and then he has to pay all that money to his parents, and he doesn't have time to go to school. He doesn't have time to do this and that. And he was just telling me his story. And we practice basketball. We practice. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, man, I have such an easy life compared to this guy. I have so many more opportunities in comparison to this guy. So if I do not work my ass off, if I do not, that is he is a reason for why I'm still doing this. Is the motivation behind it. He's one of the factors. I have many other factors in my life, and my life is not even in shambles. It's not completely horrible in comparison to other people, but that's the point. Even if you're living a life in a privileged type of situation, that could be a motivation. That could be your purpose. You were given the world. The world is given to you. And now you have the resources to give back to other people. I don't want to, trust me. I know there are a lot of people online and they lie and they say these things just to give themselves a good, to portray themselves as a good person. But trust me, believe in me. If this ever works out, if I ever become successful, let's say I become rich, I become famous, I become this and that, I have a lot of things. I want to give back to the people who inspired me in life, who've given to me. It is only right. And you should do the exact same for your own situation. If you have parents that are taking care of you, or whether you live with your grandparents, or you have friends, you have, other family, or you have people that motivate you, that inspire you, or give you some sense of freedom or belief, you have to give back to them. You're selfish if you just live this life and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna be regular and I'm just gonna, not take care of anybody in my life. You're a fucking pussy. And that's the reality of it. I know some people might not tell you that type of stuff, but it's the reality. And it's the same for me, trust me. When I say these things, I think these things in my head too. I am a pussy if I do not give back to the people in my life in the future. If I don't try my hardest. But you have to be smart about it. Hard work doesn't always translate to success. Yes, don't misinterpret that. Hard work, it's okay. You're always going to get a degree of success. But you could work smarter, If you're working, let's say you work 12 hours a day and you work at Starbucks. Do you think you're going to become a millionaire? No. But if you learn a online, way of income, of getting income, an online business, sorry, words all over the place. If you learn something that you can do online and you put 6 hours, 4 hours a day to that every single day, you're going to start making money. If you create a YouTube channel and you post consistently and you grow and you start to spread out, learn better methods of connecting with people and spreading your content and really getting people engaged, that's a smarter way. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a harder work, but you have to be smart, but you also have to be consistent and disciplined. So yes, if you combine hard work with working smart, you're going to get the best of the best. So, to bring this back all together, I know a lot of you guys may victimize yourself, or you may think your life is hard, but that is good, because use that as a motivation. Use that as your purpose. It's right in front of you. Even like I said before, if you have an easy life, look at the people who have a hard life. Look at the people who weren't born rich, who weren't given these resources. That is your motivation. And that is the reason why you should use your own resources. And if you don't have any, use your own particular situation as purpose, as a reason. Be like, I wasn't given shit. I gotta get shit now, right? So, it doesn't matter who's telling you this. Someone who's broke, who's rich, and this and that. Take advantage of whatever you have in your life, of whatever thing, idea, concept, motivation that you can cling on to in your own life. Even if it's delusional, use it. Because at the end of the day, it's energy. And it's going to drive you to the places that you want to be. If you want to truly be successful, and if you want to help people in your life and not be a selfish prick. So with that being said and done, my name is Alex Snow. I love you guys very much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Welcome to television. Tell your vision. And peace out.